EZVIZ, a company that's focused on home security cameras and also smart sensor kits, reached out to us and said, hey, we got this little simple camera here that they want us to take a look. So today we have with us is the EZVIZ C6CN camera. It is one of their home cameras. So when we look at the product brochure, it does have a lot of different cameras, which I will try to gather all of the information and show you on the screen here, because the catalog just spans from indoors, simple indoor cameras, to outdoor cameras, and to color vision, color night vision, and also infrared cameras. But today, this camera here is very affordable, and we will show you how to set it up and what comes with it. We'll leave the product brochure aside for now, and let's just get into the unboxing. So this is a brand new unit, it's still sealed, and let's just start by cutting it open. So this is the camera itself. It's rather cute, if that's a way to describe it. Okay, so inside the box here is just the camera itself. User manual, you won't need this because we'll show you how to set it up. And then this is the accessories box, which you will need it. So opening up, you get a micro USB cable. This is a, I don't know how long is this. It looks like a 3-meter cable, so it's a standard USB type A to micro USB cable, because this camera is USB powered. And at the side here we have mounting kits. So 3 screws, a template for you, so you can get a perfect fit every time if you want to mount it to your ceiling, or you just want to put it on top of the table like what we're doing right now. And this is the mounting bracket, so you will need this if you want to ceiling mount it. So all of these 3 goes together. We'll show you how to do it in presumably the next video or the next 2 videos. And within the box itself, it also comes with a power brick, a standard power brick. Of course, you can also use your smartphone charger. They are the same thing. This is a standard 5 watts charger, so if you have any smartphone charger, you can power this thing easily. And since this thing is only 5 watts in power, that goes to show how power efficient this entire EZVIZ C6CN is. The EZVIZ C6CN, this little camera here, it supports two-way communication, so it has speakers and microphone. And then it also is really simple in terms of its looks, but don't let the looks deceive you, because you can push the entire camera head to the back and it reveals this little flap here. So when you open the flap, it reveals the microSD card slot. Yes, you can save all your footages internally, and then there's also a reset switch at the back here. And this little camera, it has a very wide angle, but it doesn't turn 360 degrees fully, because there's a kind of a stopper around this side here at the back. But you just have to be a bit more strategized in terms of the placement of the camera itself. And yeah, at the back here, like we mentioned earlier, the micro USB port plugs in here, and then there's also another Ethernet port at the back. So if you're gonna use Wi-Fi, you can plug it in. And oh yeah, speaking of Wi-Fi, this camera connects to the internet via Wi-Fi 2.4 GHz, which means it just has better range compared to 5 GHz. Okay, so that's enough talking. This is definitely a 3-meter cable. So let's plug it in and see how it goes. Oh.
Please use EZVIZ app for device Wi-Fi configuration.
Okay, so we need to get the EZVIZ app. Wait for a while, where's my phone? So we already got the EZVIZ hooked up. As you can see here, the blue LED at the front is blinking, which means it's ready for pairing. And I already got the EZVIZ set up here, the app. I did register an account because I'm going to share this camera with another person later. So let me just add a device here, which is pretty simple. So what it tells me to do is to scan the QR code at the back bottom part of the camera here. I can't show you, but yeah. So once that's scanned, you can see the app just tells me that follow the instructions. Device is powered on. Wait for the device to be completely powered on. Yeah. The blue light is flashing, right? Yes. Okay, so I just entered the Wi-Fi password and it's configuring. We're gonna take a break here and just wait for the whole camera to set up. We'll have to be patient because I don't know, Wi-Fi connection.
To Wi-Fi. Please wait.
Yep, no break for us. It's just too fast.
Wi-Fi connected.
The progress bar literally skipped from 25 all the way to 75% in a blink of an eye. So yeah, it's gonna be finished in a few seconds now.
Configuration complete.
Done.
Welcome to EZVIZ.
Ah, it took less than a minute. So now what we have to do here is to input a few other information to the camera itself, like time zone, date format, and if you want to use the cloud save feature. So the cloud save feature here, if you are to register your account and pair this camera to the cloud service, EZVIZ's cloud service, you do get 7 days of free trial. So what it does is when it detects motion, it will save part of the clip of what's happening and save it to the cloud. So in case someone literally destroys your camera, you still have a copy of the footage. Okay, so now we got everything set up, and the first thing I notice here is the little red down arrow at the gear settings here, because I presume there's a firmware version update. Yes, there is. So let us just upgrade the firmware first, because there are obviously more features, I think, and also better compatibility with other routers. Okay, so the entire firmware has just been updated. For some reason, the camera doesn't even need to be restarted for the new firmware to take over, which is kind of surprising. And back into the main menu here, this is how the whole EZVIZ UI looks like. It's fairly simple, and we can just tap on this thing and it straight away works. So this is how the dashboard of each camera looks like, and we can see here the first option is it's like a joystick, I think, so pan and tilt, so you can go and move the camera around. It's pretty similar to any other IP cams that we tried in the past, but yeah, it's there if you want to do it. And then 360 picture, not really sure why they included this feature, but you can document your house with a 360-degree picture from a point of view. So yeah, and auto tracking. So this is a good feature. I can just enable motion tracking. So he's moving his hand and then it snaps into that part straight away. You see? Okay, so the second option that I want to speak about here is privacy mode. So one thing this camera can do is that when you press privacy mode, when it's enabled, it will flip the entire camera to point to the back of the eye itself. I'm not too sure if that's how you describe it, but anyway, when privacy mode is turned on, the whole camera will just point inwards. So nothing will be shown, and you can have a peace of mind knowing that the camera is not pointing directly at you. So we'll turn off privacy mode for now. And speaking, this is an interesting feature. I'll give my phone to camera guy, and now we'll try to have a conversation through the camera itself, and let's see how that goes. Me still can hear? All good?
All good, all good.
Okay, definitely I can hear you clearly in this condition, and I'm not sure how clear you can hear me back, but I think from what we are saying here, it's good enough. And one more feature here is to take a snapshot. It actually takes the picture and save it into the phone rather than saving into the SD card on the camera itself. So after taking a snapshot, you can also record a video. So this feature right here, since it's done on the app itself, when you press record a video, it will also be saved into the phone itself. But if you want to record videos on the camera itself, you can by sliding in a micro SD card when you do this. You won't damage any of the components inside the camera itself, and by just doing that, I just automatically turn on privacy mode, and yeah, you can do that as well if you don't want to use the app. And then now let's just pop out this door here, slot in the SD card. Now we are back at the dashboard of the app itself, and we're going to tap into this little running man here, and this is for alarm notification, so I'll just enable it right now. And you can see a lot more options appeared below it. And notification schedule is of course very very self-explanatory. Cameraman, I think you have to go to the other side for now because I'll set that area to be motion detection. Because you can see here that it did take a snapshot of what's going on just now. So what I'm going to do now is to highlight which area I want the motion detection to happen. So let's just say I'll do it around the door area. I'll just draw a square and then it encloses everything. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, it works. And now you can also select something moved, so it just beeped. And you can also select the motion sensitivity. So like just now, definitely nothing happened in front of us, but yeah, it did detect something. So now I'll set the motion sensitivity a bit lower so it wouldn't have any false alarms. Just now, it was in a soft tone, so you do get a sharp alarm sound. And now, let me just change it to this intense alarm. Go. Okay, oh yeah, and when motion was detected, I do get a notification here at the top of my phone. So if I share this camera with other people, they get a notification as well. So now to add another person to control this camera, we'll have to head into my profile and then click on manage shared devices, and here we'll have to click add sharing. Either you can enter the email address of your recipient or the phone number. So now I already entered his phone number because he registered his phone number into the account. And you can see here that I can select which device I want to share with him. Since we only got this one camera, I'll just press it, click OK, and I can select what type of permissions I want to share. So I can only share live view, playback, or I can just disable pan and tilt, two-way audio, and all of those things. These are very modular options, so it does vary between your use case and my case. We forgot one of the other security feature that the EZVIZ C6CN has is when you share a webcam or a camera to any other person, the other person will need to get the verification code physically on the camera itself, which is also located at the bottom of this camera here. So do not lose that sticker because it's very important. Okay, so now you can see here, I'm doing nothing and the camera is moving because he got the control. So now I got the camera shared already, and since we already got the SD card inserted way earlier, it started recording once we formatted the SD card, and we can check back all of the recordings by heading back to the camera itself, tap on video history, and you can see the entire timeline including the date and the specific second of which part of that camera is recording. And you can also manually tune it better to not fill the SD card faster. So what you can do here is just head into the gear button menu again, and then you can see here there's something called storage status. Press on that and you can see that you can manually change it to either record only during activities when it's detected, or you can turn it on for a full day recording, so there's no stopping, and once the SD card goes full, it will just overwrite the initial footages. So the oldest footages will get replaced by newer ones. So yeah, that's the features that are available on this camera alone. So this video is talking only about the EZVIZ C6CN cameras, and there are more EZVIZ products coming soon because we also got their home motion sensor kit. Is it called motion sensor kit? Or something like that. Either way, those two products will work with each other, and you can enable even more features when you have more EZVIZ products because it's an entire ecosystem of home security products. So do stay tuned for that video because we will be talking about that in the separate video as well. And as for this video, we'll end it here. If you have any questions about the EZVIZ C6CN, leave it down in the comment section below and we'll be answering them whenever we can. So we'll see you in the next video. Bye.